World Network, Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. Today we are doing meditation excavation, which means we're going to go into meditation and invite you to join right along with us. We have no idea where this is going to go. We never do on these days. We just listen to spirit and see what the message is for us. And there is always a message. So thank you for being here, Teri Angel. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Okay. Why don't we just relax in and let's go into meditation. Get comfortable in your chair, or if you're laying down. We're going to take just a couple of breaths, slow breaths, just to slow down our breathing, slow down our thinking. Just going to open our hearts, open our minds. Let's go ahead and get grounded. We're going to take a breath. We're going to send it to our root chakra, which is at the base of our spine. We know that the root chakra is the center for our physical health, our safety and security here in the world, our finances, our health. And take a breath, and we're going to send it to that root chakra, and we're, with our mind's eyes, going to watch as tree roots grow out of the bottom of the root chakra. We're going to send those tree roots down our legs, down our feet, all the way down through the earth's core and into the center of Mother Gaia. And Teri, my attention's being drawn up to the heart chakra. So let's go up to the heart chakra. And we're going to sit outside the doors of the heart chakra. So first, just take a look. What do the doors look like to you today? They may look different than they've looked before. And while we're sitting outside this heart chakra, Teri, would you please ask in the spiritual divinity?
Absolutely. I was just enjoying the quietness as I was envisioning those doors. So I encourage everyone to just sit in that peace as the angels join us, calling in Archangel Raphael and invoking the energy of healing that Raphael brings in. Archangel Michael, we ask that this be a safe place, a safe container for us to do this work. Help us to feel your arms around us, wrapping us in a bubble of protection. Archangel Gabriel, we invoke the energy of clearing, clarity, messages, being able to commune with spirit. And Archangel Uriel, thank you for helping us to ground into the earth energy, to bring forth balance. And let's just feel that now. Feel your balance as you ground into the very core of the earth, grounding into that crystalline center. And then bring that energy back up to the heart space where we are at, sitting at the door of the heart. And we ask and call on our divinity, our creator, Christ, Divine Mother, any ascended masters and other angels and loved ones, thank you for joining us for this time together. Let's just sit there and feel that energy in our hearts before we go on the journey that we are embarking on into the heart space.
Thank you, Teri. Teri, I've seen an interesting thing. It's a crystalline ladder. And I know that you have spent time working with the visual of a ladder. Tell me, what is that visual for you?
The ladder is possibility. So as we look at where we are and get centered in the now moment, knowing that we can always raise our vibration. So envision that with each rung of that ladder that you step up, you're reaching a higher point spiritually. You're going to a different energy in that field. And there are so many layers of dimensions. So just envision with each step up, you're reaching a new dimension, a new height in your vibration, your frequency. And we can just keep going up that ladder as far as you want to go. If you feel something that you want to explore, maybe stay there, stay in that rung of the ladder and see what message there is for you. But climbing up the ladder represents you raising your vibration, going toward divinity and being met there wherever you're at, and then receiving. So it's an energy of moving forward, but also listening and paying attention and being guided as you move forward. It's all about possibilities. That's a tall ladder that I'm looking at, Ruth.
Well, yeah. I mean, actually, what I was seeing was it runs, the vision I'm seeing, it's running alongside the planet.
Yeah, because our planet is in one dimension, but there are so many dimensions and they intersect. So we can be here in this space, in this 3D energy, but we can also go into other dimensions that are intersecting at the same time. We can look at other worlds that we inhabit, because in spirit, time is not linear like it is as we're experiencing it in the 3D. So we can look in any of these dimensions and see lives that we're living in an alternate dimension. And that's a little hard to wrap our brains around sometimes, but it helps us to understand more about spirituality and how nothing is ever ending. It's always happening. There's no past. So whatever's happening is happening.
So, Teri, I'm also getting that this is about the power of 8. So, can you take a minute, please, and share with folks what the power of 8 is about?
Well, 8 can be looked at as infinity if you turn the 8 sideways. Numerologically, it's a very high spiritual number. And Lynn McTaggart was the one that brought this forward for us, that the more we gather our energy together, and especially if you have like 8 people vibrating at the same energy, setting an intention and focusing on that intention, it creates a synergistic energy where that's expanded. So it's more powerful than just one person sitting together, or even two, even though that's very high as well. But when 8 come together, it's almost like magic, that it takes on an energy of its own and becomes more solid, if you would, that intention is going to be created by the power of us coming together. So as we look at something that we want to manifest, like peace or more friends, more love in the world, more harmony, whatever the intention is, if at least 8 people are vibrating at that high frequency, there's more of a chance of that happening. There's more of a consolidation of that energy coming forward. So yeah, as we climb up the rungs of the ladder, just envision that you're not alone. There's others that are thinking the same way, that are intending the same way. It's different than even wishing for something or hoping for something to happen. It's a confidence, a knowingness that what we are doing together is creating this. Our energies are in alignment with the divine energy, because it's not us creating the intention. We create it together with divine guidance. So I hope that makes sense to anyone listening.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. And along with that, I got the micro and the macro of that a group can choose an intention that just impacts one person, or a group, and that would be the micro, or a group could choose an intention that is very far reaching, encompassing humanity or the planet, and that would be more the macro aspect of that. And both are good. Both are fine. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah, it's a beautiful way to create change in the world. We always hear, be the change you want to see in the world. Well, this is one way we can take action and actually show that we want that. We want the world to be the way we want to see it. So, like you said, whether it's for one person or it's all of humanity.
And if you want to know how to do this, I know that there are videos on YouTube, and Lynn McTaggart has a book, The Power of 8. So you could start your own Power of 8 group. And I'm hearing that the intention of the Power of 8 was for good. It's for good things to happen, higher vibrational things to happen, not using it for lower level or the demise of anybody or anything.
Yeah, whenever I set an intention, it's for the best and highest good of all concerned. So it's always an uplifting energy, as opposed to something being torn apart or destroyed. You focus on what you want to expand.
So let's just take a moment, focus on the ladder, focus on the Power of 8, see what visuals come to mind for you, or if you hear something or you feel something, or you're getting a nudging to do something in a particular direction or path. Just notice for a few minutes. What is the message here for you? Very personally, I feel like I'm watching you and I being prepared for something as I see us coming up the ladders, but I'm looking at who's with us on the ladders, all of our guides, all of the angels we work with. They're right with us, right behind us as we ascend these ladders. And it's not take one step up the ladder and wait. It's like moving up the ladder.
I think the letter also, Ruth, reminds us that we don't have to stay small. When you're stepping up on a ladder, you have a different perspective, you have a different viewpoint. So I think if there's anyone listening that thinks that you're not worthy, that you're not enough, just start climbing that ladder. You can do it visually in your mind's eye. Just climb up one rung and see how different things look and see what's happening inside as you have a different perspective. I think that's a lot of what happens when we climb a ladder. We have that view from higher up, and we can maybe look down and see where we've been and see the changes that we're making in our life to move up spiritually, to move up higher in frequency. And to me, that's the representation that I'm looking at today is how can I raise my frequency to make a different and a higher impact in the world.
Well, what I'm seeing too is a ladder doesn't have to just be for one person at a time. There can be really big ladders. Because Teri and I are on the same ladder. It's certainly wide enough for both of us, plus lots of guides. Doesn't have to be a small ladder. You don't have to do this alone, I guess, is probably what this message is. Find someone who aligns with you spiritually and do this journey together.
And I know some people may be leery of climbing a ladder. So you might want somebody to hold that ladder for you. You might want your support team to surround you as you start climbing up in your frequency and your vibration. So know who would be there for you. Know who would say, I got you. This ladder's not going to fall over. You're fine. You're safe. You're secure. So it's more than just climbing a ladder. There's a lot involved in this. And just knowing where you're at all times, spiritually and energetically. Sometimes we're just wafting through life and We don't take time to look inside to say, do I need to raise my vibration? Do I need to look at things differently? Am I stuck in a rut and not moving forward? So it's all about introspection, perspective, what your goals are. What do you want to do? And what are you being guided to do? Listen to that guidance. I see that we have a lot of support, Ruth, at holding the ladder for us.
Mhm.
We're both on that ladder, so we want it to stay firm and not be shifting and moving around so that we can keep doing our work and keep moving up the rungs.
It's interesting too, because whenever I think, oh, let's stop here, they're like, nope, keep going. Don't limit yourself by your small human brain. There's bigger. There's bigger than you can imagine.
Mhm.
And we got you. And I'm seeing rest stops along the way on the ladder. That was kind of funny because we just stopped, and at this rest stop, Divine Mother came out with a drink. It was like, here, take a drink. You're being fortified. You're being nurtured. You're being protected.
What a beautiful thought. And it is important as we walk our journey to remember that we need to take care of ourselves also, the self-care, self-love as we go forward. Yeah, I'm reminded of the people that walk marathons or different races and the people on the sidelines that maybe hand them water. It's that support team that's so important. I love the thought too, Ruth, of them encouraging us. So sometimes as we're walking along in our journey or climbing up that ladder, we might think that we don't have the stamina to keep going. And sometimes all we need to hear is that word, you got this, you can do this, you're not alone. So listen to your support team as you're walking or climbing and know that you're not alone. We don't do any of this alone. And if someone out there is feeling that you are alone, I encourage you to look around and see who's there with you, who's got your back, who can you pick up a phone and call or text and say, I need help right now. I need a word.
Teri, so often in our work, I'm reminded that there are other light workers doing similar work to us and how important each and every one of them is. And I just looked off to the right and I saw other ladders with light workers about the same place on the ladders that we are. It's such a nice reminder.
Collaboration. You know, it really does take all of us working together to bring about change. Know that you're not alone.
Well, and you don't even need to know who they are or what they're doing. It's just knowing that other people are bringing in divine light, holding the planet and humanity in love and light. Other folks are doing it. So just in your heart of hearts, connect up with them and with their energy. There's many, many, many folks doing this. Oh, now I understand. Okay, now I understand why we were next to the planet on our ladder. Because as I was connecting up with other light workers, they are also next to the planet. And there's all the way around the planet. It's like it's surrounded by light workers on ladders.
That's a beautiful visual.
That is unusual. I wasn't expecting anything at all like that.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, as you pray and meditate, we're just asking, and it's the angels asking, that you hold the planet, hold humanity, hold the children, pregnant women, the elderly, hold them in love, hold them in possibility of wellness and a peace-filled community. They're reminding me again of the power of 8. Maybe start your own power of 8 group. Holding that intention for a peace-filled, loving community. This is feeling like a call to action, Teri.
It definitely is. Yeah. Our work here on Earth is sometimes so interesting with the different twists and turns that it takes. But just tune in, just ask, what am I to do? When we put that call out and ask Spirit, what am I to do? We'll get the nudge, we'll get the inspired thought, or maybe someone will show up in your life, or you'll listen to something like what we've just done here, and that inspired thought will happen. But just be open and ready for whatever adventure comes forth from that. And it is an adventure, this thing called life. It should be fun, and we can make it as fun as we want it to be. We can start thinking in the positive way and looking at what we can do to make it more adventurous and fun instead of all the chaos and the conflict. Just turn away from that and look at possibilities. That's the latter, is your possibilities.
Yeah, what an interesting message today. Ooh.
Yeah, felt inspired.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Teri. And friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you. Thank you for walking with us as you walk on your spiritual journey. We are so lucky to have other light workers walking right beside us, living their best lives to bring in divine love and divine light. So take good care. God bless, friends. We'll see you all soon. Bye now.